What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's Nikaya, obviously. I have some leftover seafood here. I have some wings I got from this kimchi market. It's an Asian market. And I have some cucumbers here because they're spicy. I know they're spicy and I'm just not prepared for it yet. But guys, this kimchi market is everything. I'm gonna tell y'all about it. But anyways, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would love to have you. But we're gonna dig in. I have a story time for you guys. I'm gonna be talking about this movie I just came across on Netflix. It was a documentary movie about a murder. You've probably already seen it. If you haven't, it's called American Murder, The Neighbor Next Door, or The Next Door Neighbor. If you haven't seen this on Netflix, look it up. But before I get into that, I went to this kimchi market today. It's an Asian market, and it was everything. Everything. I try to go to a couple of different Asian markets and see what they have because I love noodles. I went to the kimchi mart today on Pembroke Pass. Oh my God. I have been missing out. I had really been missing out because that market was everything. And that's where I got these spicy chicken wings from. The label literally said fried chicken wings with spice. That's what it said. So, but I know when I watch other mukbangs, I see other people eating these chicken wings and they look spicy like that. So I'm gonna see how it tastes. Hopefully it's not too spicy because I got my bougie water on deck in my wine glass. Y'all crazy. I got it on deck. I think I'm gonna taste one right now. Are y'all flats or drumstick type? I like the flats. Please, please, please don't be too spicy. This tastes so good. Like, y'all hear that bass? My neighbor will not cut her stuff down. Other side of the wall with me. Oh my God, I need to tell him. He's jamming. It's Sunday. This chicken is like, what's up? Like, I swear Asians eat better than us. Than everybody else. And Italians. In my personal opinion. That was really, 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 really good. And it smelled so good in the package. Wow. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna get into this story on Netflix. So this story is about, oh my God, my neighbor's washing machine. I can hear everything through my walls. It was ridiculous. Anyways, if the clicking stops, this story is about a family, or the movie is about a family that basically the wife, her name was Shannon Watts, or not Shannon, it was we're gonna go with Shannon Watts. And she was like in this group on Facebook. Like, she was one of those people that recorded her whole life, her everyday lifestyle on Facebook. Everything. She had a husband, his name was Chris. She had 2 toddlers, Cece and Bella Watts. Reminder, I'm terrible at telling stories, but I'm trying to do better, guys. And she recorded everything on Facebook. Everything on Facebook. Everything they did, she had it on Facebook. She was going live, recording on Facebook, everything. So a lot of people knew their business. Really, the world knew their business. Because she did everything on Facebook. She had her marriage. She had her 2 toddlers. The things that went on with her and her husband. When her and her husband got married, her husband was, I think, like 245 pounds. But now he was like 185. He lost a whole lot of weight. And he looks good. He looks good. And that's also been documented up on the on Facebook, the transformation. So naturally, he get attention. Her and her husband had been together for 8 years. And they painted this beautiful picture of, how they was like the perfect little family. And they did everything together. The dad was a wonderful father. Chris was a wonderful father. He took care of them. He worked. Shannon had lupus. But she was doing much better when she met her husband, because before that she was in like a bad relationship and she was getting abused or whatever. But she met her knight in shining armor, and life was better. A lot better. She had 2 kids and everything. It was good, y'all. But anyways, Shannon was pregnant again with their 3rd baby. And she was like maybe like 6 months pregnant. She found out she was having a boy, which is what she wanted for her husband so bad, because they got 2 girls, 2 beautiful girls. And the way they displayed it up on their Facebook, they were a very active family. Like, the father was very involved with his children and with his wife. They went to the beach. They went out of town. They did everything together. They looked like the perfect family, literally. And Shannon was pregnant, and she told her husband that she was pregnant on Facebook with a pregnancy test and everything. And he was like, oh my God, really? Oh my God, I'm so happy. Yay. Like, excuse me, like he looked happy. He looked happy. He worked. I think he's like some sort of like construction oil rig type of worker. This story happened back in 2018. This was a true story. It happened in 2018. And Shannon, I think she worked from home. If she worked at all. I don't remember if she worked. But the holidays was coming up, and she decided that she was going to go see her family and take her babies to see their grandparents. And wherever she was taking them, I think it was Phoenix they went to. His parents were also there. And she took them to see his parents. She was gone for 5 weeks. She took them to go see his parents. And apparently one of the little kids has a peanut allergy, a food allergy. And the grandmother gave her something peanut or some type of nut. And the mom got so mad and thinking like, you know, the grandmother was trying to harm her child. And was texting her husband, was like, your mom tried to do this. She tried to harm our baby. You need to tell her. You need to get on her. Which, in my mind, she's not going to harm her grandkids on purpose. She just first time meeting them. What are you talking about? In my mind. I'm pretty sure in everybody else's mind. But the mother got defensive and was like furious. But I understand her fury because, you know, it's a food allergy. But he did what his wife said. He got onto his parents about it and let them know what's going on, and that was that. Shannon said they can't see their grandkids again because of that. She didn't want them around her kids no more. And he ain't say nothing about it. He ain't say nothing about it. He was at home, so-called working. He was supposed to fly down where she was at after a period of time. And go see them. Me, the whole time, you know, she missing her husband. Shannon missing her husband. The kids missing their dad. You know, asking about them, talking about them. And it's all up on Facebook now. All of that. All that's on Facebook. Shannon texting her friend. Talking about, I miss him. We haven't seen each other since such and such, and he had been acting funny because he hadn't been calling or texting his wife. Chris had not been calling or texting his wife, hitting her up, or anything, and they had been apart for 5 weeks. He ain't been answering none of his phone calls or nothing. And the text back about, oh, I was asleep. And stuff like that. Just try to be real sweet up on the text messaging. I love you too, babe. You're so beautiful. I miss you, boo, and all that stuff. Had her confused. So she texting her friend. She like, friend, we haven't been intimate. He hasn't been touching me. I wanted to have sex. and he doesn't ever want to do it. You know, texting her friend out, and the friend like, oh, maybe it's this, maybe he's tired, or maybe this, making real excuses for him. Like he ain't out doing nothing else. He just tired. She was just like, I hope so. And while she out of town, she noticed the bank statement. Apparently, her husband had went out Look, I'm missing a part. That's why I'm bad telling stories. I skipped the whole part. He went up there to go visit them. At the airport, they recorded it all. The wife recorded everything. When he got off the plane, got down the escalator, they recorded him coming out. He hugged and kissed the kids. Nothing for the wife. Nothing. Oh my God. No. Oh, no smooch, no hug, no nothing. Nothing. And then she wanted to text her friend. Oh, he hasn't touched me since he got here. He hasn't done any of that. I just want to scream. I want to cry. I want to do all this blah blah blah. She just was hurt because she ain't seen her man in so long, and I can't even get no proper greeting. At least pretend like you miss me. That's her name. Shanann wasn't getting any of that. Not Shannon. Shanann wasn't getting any of that. No attention, no affection from her husband that she hasn't seen in weeks, almost 2 months. So she get home, and she texting her homegirl, he's in the shower. I really want to have sex tonight. And homegirl okay, girl, get your freak on, be naked up in the bed, wait for him. And she was like, I hope he can have sex. Cause he ain't even want to have sex. And she trying to score tonight. She's trying to score, honey. But her friend wished her good luck, and they started texting. Next morning, she texted her friend. It didn't happen. They didn't have sex. He said he was tired. He didn't want to do it. It's not you, honey. It's me. She was sad, hurt, and crying in the bed with him. But at this point, she okay, it's somebody else. What's going on? Talk to me. What's up? If you ain't screwing me, you screwing somebody else. Period. You screwing somebody else. He's like, no, I wouldn't cheat on you. I'm not cheating on you. Just denying everything. But he ain't having sex with his wife for months. So Shanann ended up having to go out on this trip. I think it was just over the weekend, and leave Chris with the kids. And while Shanann was gone, she see some bank statements at a bar a local bar in town, and she hit her husband up, texting him, where are these charges coming from? Why? Because it was like $60 worth expense at the bar he went to. And he like, oh, babe, I just went out to have a couple of beers. And Chanel like, oh, well, that mean who watching my babies? And what you mean you out having beers? So that mean he had to get a babysitter? And he out enjoying himself. Who was he with? Because he spent $60-something. When she asked him where he was at, he told her she done pulled up the menu, looked up how much the drinks is and the food, and she was like, there's no way that you spent $60 just for yourself, because the beers cost this much and none of the food costs over this much. So who you with? Who you with? You with somebody. You ain't by yourself. Who else got a plate? Who else got a drink? And he like denying everything. Nobody. What are you talking about, babe? I just did such. Women ain't stupid, guys. Women ain't stupid. So Shanae ended up coming home late one night from the weekend. Homegirl had dropped off at the house around 2 a.m. in the morning. Shanae mad. She ready to go confront her husband about what's been going on. What she think he lying? She gets to the house and nobody ever seen her again. Nobody seen her again since then. So the next day passed by. The home girl that dropped her off at 2 o'clock, she like texting her home girl, calling her, how are you? Are you okay? Did you make it to your appointment? Because apparently she had an appointment because she's pregnant. She had an appointment to go to the doctor the next morning. And she wasn't answering her friend back. And the friend done pulled up to the house looking for her. Can't find her, done called the police. The husband is gone. He gone to work. She done called the police. Come out. I can't find my friend. She's pregnant. She looking through the windows up in the house. No one's in there. Just the dog's in there. No one's saying anything. I'm worried about my friend. And such and such. So the police like, okay, who lives here? And she said, Shanann, her 2 babies, and her husband and the dog. The dog there, the husband not there, the wife ain't there, the 2 babies ain't there. So that's the pregnant wife missing with the 2 kids missing. They call the husband, tell him to come home because your wife and your children are not home. They're missing and your friend is worried, okay? So the husband, I guess, texting the wife. He texting her, I'm worried. Be home when I get home. Are you okay? Where are you? Stuff like that. Then he pull up to, the husband pull up to the house. And we can see it's on camera because this is the officer camera. Officer camera. He pull up. Hi, what's going on? I don't know where she is. I hope we can find her. Stuff like that. I left and I went to work this morning. That's hard. Can't deal with that. This chicken's so good. Like, looking like a concerned citizen. He unlocked the door, invite the police in. You know, the police do like a quick search. No kids, no mama. Okay. So the husband looking around. He like, the kids' blankets aren't here. I found her ring sitting here on the dresser. I don't know where she could be. And the officer like, did y'all get into a fight? Did y'all have an argument? Like, did something happen before you left? And he was like, we had a small argument before I left this morning about us separating. And after that, I went to work this morning. And he like, okay, well, we're gonna get some information from you. And we're gonna try to find your wife and kids. They done try to look up all types of surveillance cameras. Their neighbor had a camera that recorded the parking lot, which also recorded theirs. And it basically showed the husband leaving with his story, leaving at 5:15, 5:30 in the morning to go to work like he usually does. And it showed that on the camera, him leaving to go to work. And he was telling the officers, you know, this is what it shows. Everything looks fine. I don't see anything suspicious. And then Chris, the husband, leave out the house to go handle some business or whatever. And when Chris leave out the house, the officer's still up in the neighbor house talking to him. And he like, I ain't never seen Chris like this before. He's acting a little strange. Like, I understand the circumstances, but he's acting a little strange. And look at how he backed in. Like, instead of him, like, leaving straight to go to work, he backed out and then pulled back in backwards with his truck. And then left. Because, like, he don't never do that. And I was like, okay. Let's jot that down. Let's jot that down. So, they go on this whole investigation. Handing out flyers, the news, everything. They looking for this family, because by now 3 days done passed. We don't hear nothing. There, people worried sick. The husband ain't shed a tear. Because everybody watching him. He ain't shed a tear. Nothing. He like, I'm just hoping she'll come home soon. I understand she was upset. I'm just ready for her to come home. He telling people the news. Shannon, if you're out there, come home, honey. The house is nothing without you and the kids. Come on back. I miss you. I love you. Come home. To me, that looks suspicious. Why you ain't like in your feelings? Why not in your feelings? So, the police call him down there because now they got to start looking at the husband like, where is your family at? You was the last person to see them. Where are they? And they call him in to the police department, take a polygraph. The lady's like, hi, you're gonna be taking a polygraph today. Just relax. Have you ever taken one before? He say no. We're gonna ask you a series of questions. He was gonna answer yes or no. We're gonna be hooked up to this thing and it's gonna, record. He was like, okay. He was like, the officer was telling him, she was like, if you know you're not gonna pass this polygraph, it would not have been smart to you to come here today to fail it. That's what she told him. because it's a recording up in the room where they, you know, go take the polygraph. And she told him that. He was like, yes, I understand. I understand. So he took the polygraph and failed. They was asking him questions. It was like, did you have anything to do with your wife and children being murdered? I mean, not murdered. With your wife and children being missing? He was like, no. Do you have you ever harmed anybody? No. Have you ever been aggressive? No. He failed all them questions. And the lady was telling him, she was like, I need you to relax. I need you to breathe because you're making this polygraph go everywhere. And he was like, okay, I understand. And, you know, he tried it again. They let him take a second test. Failed miserably. So, now they done with his ass. They know, okay, he lying. He is lying. So, they come up and know where he at. They say, you failed the polygraph. We know you're lying. Let's just get straight to the point and tell us where your family is. What's going on? What happened? And he like, I didn't lie on the polygraph. I was just being as truthful as I could possibly be. I wasn't telling any lies. I don't know what happened. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do anything. I don't know where they are. I want them to come home. I miss them. And they're like, if that's true, then why you ain't shed no tear? Why you ain't had no type of emotions since they've been missing? He's like, I'm just trying to hold it together. And they're like, if somebody's family is missing, you would show it emotionally. So where your people at? Where they at? He's like, I don't know. You know, and they was like, all right. So you ain't going nowhere until you tell us. And so we're gonna let you sit up in here and think on that. Then they come back in the room. Your father's here. We just spoke to him. Would you like to speak with him? And he was like, yeah, let me speak to my dad. And dad like, what's going on, son? Like, you all right? Where your wife and children at? Where my grandkids at? What's going on? Tell me what's up. Poor Chris, he done broke down. He's like, what's wrong, son? Did you have an affair? Yes, I had an affair. Okay, you had an affair. All right. Where the kids at? Shannon came home. Shanann came home around 2 a.m. And she went into the kids' room and she was obviously upset. And she went up in there because she was mad at me and went and smothered the kids with the pillow. And I seen her and I was so outraged that I smothered her. And dad like, oh, son, like, okay, wait a minute. Wait. You just told me that your family's dead. You just told me that your wife killed your children and then you killed your wife. That's what you just told me. And he's like, I'm so sorry. I was just enraged. I couldn't believe what she had done. I would never do anything to my children. I understand that she's seen those statements and I was cheating. But she took it out on my babies and I just lost it. Go lay down, boss. Go lay down. That's my dog got done. So the people come back in. They're like, all right. So, okay. Where are the bodies? Like, where are the bodies? What did you do with them? And he like crying more. And he just like, he trying to tell them where the body's at. And he tell them that it's at his job, where he was working at, the site he was working at an oil rig. But the police, they ain't no fools. They like, okay, Chris, we done did a little bit of background, and it looks like your wife loves her children and loves you. She has it all over Facebook, and we doubt that she would come home so mad at you that she come and kill her children. So what happened? Because it sounds like your wife came home mad, came and addressed you. You killed her and then killed your children. That's what it sounds like. That's what sounds more logical. Because why would she come home and kill her babies? She done documented y'all whole life. Why would she come home and kill her children instead of just basically leaving you? Right? Right. So they like, where the body's at? And tell us what really happened. So he like, he break down telling the story. He say, Shanann came home around 2 o'clock in the morning. They had sex, but she was sad and, basically confronted him about what's going on and about the bank statements. No, wait, stop. They took him into custody and arrested him. He told them where the body was at. He had Shanann buried next to an oil field, and the kids was up in this oil tank, a 20-foot oil tank. And he swearing that he didn't do anything to his babies, and Shanann killed their babies. She killed their babies, and like wasn't nobody believing that, and they told him they was going to give him the death penalty. And he finally decided to come clean while he in custody. He like, okay, so this is what really happened. And he tell them, she came home, we had sex, we got into a fight, things got out of hand, and I smothered her to death. Then my baby, Bella, walked up in the room and was like, what's wrong? What happened to mommy? And he was like, oh, she's just sleeping. Meanwhile, it's time for him to go to work. So he wrapped up mommy and put her in the back seat of the truck, take the babies, they're still alive with their blankets and everything, and they go on a 45-minute drive down to the oil rig site where he works at. And the kids is like, is mommy gonna be okay? Is mommy gonna be okay? And he like, yeah, she's just sleeping. She's okay. Mommy's okay. Just like that. He get to the site, take them kids to them oil tanks, smother the first one. And then the second one, the youngest one, Cece, she like, Daddy, please, no. Please, no, Daddy, please, no. Smother her and drop them into them oil tanks. They did. Went and buried the mama next to the oil tanks. Buried the mama. Murdered the children. Murdered the whole family. And dropped them into these oil tanks. He came clean to the police about that. They don't give him the death sentence. They give him 3 life sentences. And it was all because he got caught cheating. And they go find the woman he was cheating with. And he was with that woman the whole 5 weeks that Shanann was gone out of town for the holidays to go visit their parents. And he was over there screwing with this woman. And she, as far as she knew about Shanann, she only knew that, or he told the girlfriend that they was going through a separation. And that was that. And, you know, she wasn't home or whatever. So they was going out to eat, going to hotels, going out, having skiing and all this other stuff. They living life. And Shanann caught on and caught them because he was slipping. And he came home. And she came home, confronted him, and he killed her ass. Killed her. In the most malicious way. And then those babies, they were toddlers. They couldn't have been no more than 1 and 2. I give it the oldest 2 and 3. 2 and 3 years old. Little babies. And she was pregnant. So that's really 4 people he done murdered. His family. And the motherfucker didn't shed a tear. Because he was embarrassed about being caught. Embarrassed about being caught, honey. How hard was it for you to just, babe, it's not working out, I've met someone else? Instead of killing your family, you could have just came clean, like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. It's not working out, such and such. But you caught red-handed, so you murder your family? And your children. The children, they were babies. They were just yay high. Like, they was babies. And it was so sad because their whole little life was documented on Facebook. Shanann recorded everything. She recorded everything. So it was just like the saddest thing in the world. The saddest thing in the world. Oh my God. And the kids, they were so cute and they loved their daddy. They sung this little daddy song about how they missed them when they was away visiting their grandparents. It was just so sad. Like, it was just so sad. And I was just like, you gonna reap what you sow, you dirty motherfucker. And this happened in 2018. And it was just sad. And the girlfriend, she claimed she ain't know nothing about what happened. And he was a monster. Once she found out all that stuff, about what he did. He was a monster, and she couldn't believe that she had spent all this time with him and all this and that, honey. He killed them people because he was telling his girlfriend while they had the little search party out looking for her. Oh, she'll come back. She's just gone because he done murdered them and all. Just days done went by, he done killed them and all. Oh, she'll be back. She'll be back. Oh, okay. 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 And the dumbass girlfriend. Oh, okay, you know, I'm just a little worried. All right. Before you know it, it's all over the news. It's all over Facebook. It's everywhere because this was a well-known woman. She was Facebook famous. Okay. So that happened. They gave him 3 life sentences. The judge and the family was like, they can't believe how he tried to pin the whole thing upon the mom, and they were sad. His family say, Chris's family says, you know, even though all this is happening, they still forgive their son, even though he did this horrible thing. Chris said the only thing that he can hear now is his baby screaming, telling him, Daddy, please no. Please no, Daddy. He said it plays in his head every day, and which it should. It should play in his head every single day, all day, and they should get him up in that prison. They going to. I know it. He get everything that he deserves after that. But really, the most important thing, he better ask for God's forgiveness because, honey, it doesn't feel good to reap bad, honey. It does not feel good to reap bad. But guys, that is my story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I'm a terrible storyteller. I'm trying to get better. So, did you like it? Did I do terrible? Have you already watched the movie up on Netflix? If you haven't, it's called American Murders, The Next Door Neighbor, or The Neighbor Next Door. One or the other, but you'll see it. It's a documentary movie. And I think you'll really, really like it. I didn't even know this happened. It's a true story. It happened in 2018. And I think in Phoenix, Arizona. Did I say that right? It happened in Phoenix. So, I don't know if y'all knew about it. I didn't know about it until I just watched it the other day. And I decided I'd tell y'all. So, I don't know if when y'all watch it, y'all can tell me if I told it totally wrong or totally bad or whatever. But y'all get the gist of it, right? You get the gist. It was just a sad story. It was horrible. He dropped his kids in the oil tanks. He buried his wife next to the oil tanks. All it is because he got caught cheating. That's just really malicious. If you ask me, that's really malicious, and may Lord have mercy on his soul. But that's it, guys. I think I'm pretty much done here eating. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It's Nakia, obviously Nakia. But and share this video if you really did like it. I'll see you guys next time on my next video. I'm trying to get better at telling stories, so bear with me on the storytelling. I was supposed to tell a different story today. I was supposed to tell the scary story. It was called The Scarecrow Corpse, but I promise you I'm going to tell it. I have to listen to it again. As a matter of fact, I was listening to a scary story today. So I'm trying. But other than that, I'm out, guys. I really enjoyed you. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Bye.